victory against the host Morocco on Sunday has thrust the main focus and the spotlight into women in sports in general. We know that the women have suffered a lot of neglect, especially when it comes to development at the grassroots level. We are now going to talk to the legendary women in sports. Her name is Blanche Moila, who has ran 17 Comrades Marathon and also other half marathons, the 21.1 kilometers and 42.2 kilometers. Let us welcome her and see if we can just have a word with her, especially knowing that Banyana Banyana has just won, and also that has also heightened a number of, the attention of women doing or participating in sports in the country, South Africa, with Banyana Banyana having won the Women African Cup of Nations. We know that they've also attempted, or after 5 attempts, but finally in 2022 they've done it, and today they are on their way back to the country with that coveted trophy of the Women African Cup of Nations. Let us welcome you. Perhaps let's start from, how did your journey of road running start? We know that women of color, as the term that was used before, we were being excluded, especially as a black person as well.
No, my journey in road running came about by chance, really. I was in my block for psychiatric nursing, and we had a sports day for patients and staff. And one of the doctors, Dr. Shatimula, saw me run in a 400 meter, and he thought I had an economic running style. He thought I had the ideal style for middle distance running. So he invited me to run with him, and that's really where the journey started.
And the challenges that were being experienced by women back then?
There were many challenges for women to participate in sports. I think even at school level. I went to a school that didn't encourage the girl child to excel in sport, and yet the boys were free to participate in whatever sport. And then coming from a patriarchal society, there were myths surrounding women in sports, that it would detract from our femininity, we won't be able to conceive and have families and so forth, and we'll be muscle bound. And so these myths did affect a lot of women, and it held them back, and that is because of our patriarchal society.
We do see young girls entering into the sporting codes, and sport, soccer, netball, but how do you see them growing through the ranks? Because some of them do drop out. Why is that?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll go back to the patriarchal society, and some, as I said, of our male coaches have been not very, very fair with our young girls. They are vulnerable, and we know some have been taken advantage of, and this is why some of them have dropped out. They couldn't continue in their careers, because we know, and we have it on record, that some of the coaches who'd have make overtures at these young girls, and because they're scared, and they'd rather drop out of sport. But now we are appealing to all to coaches out there to really be supportive, because we've got a huge amount of talent in South Africa. It's there. You go to the rural areas. We have natural talent, people, young girls, and they just need our support.
Will you say that playing field is equal?
Well, no. The playing field is not equal yet. We haven't reached where we want to be. There's still a lot of work to do. Corporate needs to come on board. To support women in general. And then we'll have the playing fields leveled.
Also for the public out there to support women in sport.
Absolutely. We appeal to the public out there to support women in sports. We want to see the stadiums full, like they fill for the box, the rugby, for the Bafana Bafana. We want to see those.